guys, Billy Joe Pickles here. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. We just got done with the gym. Little light bright workout. Little light. I don't go to the gym to like gain I should be going to like, you know, gain muscle and stuff, but it just helps me mentally. Like if I'm just going through stuff, you know, in the brain, in the head, I can just get on a treadmill and then just like overthink my ass away, and like I swear to God it works. Like I don't overthink as much. I just don't overthink because I just overthink at the gym while I'm on the treadmill. I just take it out on the treadmill. It actually works. Like I used to be like, oh, like what, you go to the gym? People always say like, no, yeah, the gym just like working out helps me mentally, blah blah blah. Like you hear it 1,000 times. Because I'm not the type to like go to I hate fucking working out. Fun fact about me, I used to be a competitive swimmer. I was really good. My family and my cousins can vouch for me. So like if you want me to prove it, let me just call. Remember when we were little and like someone wouldn't believe you because kids like lie all the fucking time about like accomplishments, and you'd be like, I'll call my mom and tell you. So I'll call my sister and prove it to you. Do you remember that? That's so hilarious. That's so hilarious. But yeah, I used to be a competitive swimmer from when I was like first born till I was like 17. And what happened was for instance, I was really good. Like I thought I was gonna go to the Olympics. Okay. And I was like, yeah, by the time I'm 22, I'm gonna go to the Olympics and blah blah blah. But I got valley fever twice, like really bad. And I know now, looking back, the reason I got it is because I fucking hated swimming, and I loved it like when I was younger, but it's very like taxing. It's not a sport where you can just take a day off. Like if you take one practice off, then you're automatically out of shape. It's kind of like, it's actually like worse. It's more intense than like being a runner, you know? Like you can't just like not go to practice because you will be fully out of shape, and like you have to, it's crazy. If you've never been a swimmer, then you have literally no idea what I'm talking about, but swimmers know exactly what I'm talking about. And so I have to wake up before school at like 5:30 in the morning. I started going at double practices, 5:30 in the morning, and then night practice when I was 12 years old. Okay, I was in 5th grade. I'd be waking up at 5:30, going to swim practice, getting ready for school, go to school, after school, go to swim practice, then do my homework, then go to bed, then wake up at 5:30 and do it all over again. It's just literally your whole life. Like kids that used to, because I swam at a private club, kids were like homeschooled and just made swimming like their whole entire life. Like everyone I swam with, swimming was like number one, like your whole entire life. Like grades and stuff like that like didn't matter because it's like it's all about swim. And so then when I got into middle school, like, and I like started socializing and stuff like that, I realized, and then I started like figuring out that I was like a creative person and I liked art and stuff like that. Like I started like not really liking to go to swim anymore. Like I would be like, oh, I have to go to practice. Like it just wasn't fun anymore. But like when you're that good and you're that like far into it, you just think it's like something you have to do. And it's like it was my whole identity. Being a swimmer was my whole identity. Like everyone would refer to me as like, in my family, and like when I would get introduced to people like, oh, Billy the swimmer, like she's a swimmer, she's going to the Olympics, like blah blah blah. And then in middle school, like 8th grade is when like I started making friends like at school, you know, like I was like the popular girl, and I just like wanted to hang out with my friends, and like I wanted to like make collages and like get into art and stuff like that, like just just do other stuff besides fucking swim. Because the thing is, yeah, you go to swim 2 times a day. Practices are also like 2.5 hours each, 3 hours actually for the night practice. And actually you're there for like 4 hours because you have stretching before that. It's literally like your whole day. And then after having like such a jarring fucking workout, it's like you have no energy for anything else. Like I would fail. I would get like F's, all F's, because I get home at 8 o'clock at night after waking up at 5:30 to go to swim and go to school. And I would eat dinner, shower. By then it was like 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night. And then I'd have to do homework. Like, are you fucking kidding? No, like I could never do homework. And then it's like, it took a toll on like my identity because I was like I just couldn't keep up like with all of it, you know, like school and swimming. And my parents wanted me to get good grades and friends too. And then in middle school, everyone's like hanging out on the weekends, like, and on a Saturday I'd have to go to like swim practice and not be able to like hang out with friends. Friday night swim practice, like, and so I would like miss out on like huge things, like. And then when I would get like boyfriends and stuff, like I couldn't like go, you know, when you like hang out with your friends to go to the movies to meet up with your boyfriends, like I'd have to miss out on all that. And like if you're missing out on that, it like ruins your whole social status. So I became severely depressed, okay? And I didn't know that like I could just quit swimming because like everyone was so like, it just felt like there was just so much fucking pressure on me to be like a good swimmer, to be like the swimmer, and I just hated it. And so my body, I got physically ill and I got valley fever. And the doctor was like, you can't swim for 6 months, you have valley fever. If you like work out, you'll scar your lungs. Like you cannot do any physical activity. And on top of that, it makes you so tired. It's like mono, like it just makes you so fucking tired. So, well, I mean, my parents and my swim coach, they were like, 6 months off, you're not doing that. Like you're getting back into swim. Just don't push yourself as hard, but you're not taking that much time off. And so I was like, okay. So I kept swimming, and then you have to like keep going to the doctor so they can take your blood work and stuff. The doctor's like, you're getting worse, and like, why is this, like, this is so bad. And then my doctors found out that I was still swimming, and they were like, fucking stop swimming. So I had to stop swimming again for the second time. So finally my parents gave me that time off, like 6 months off. But the second like my 6 months was up, they're like, get back into it, because they thought I loved it too, you know, like they were trying to push me, because they were like, well, if you want to be an Olympic swimmer, like you gotta like go to practice. You can't just like you gotta go to practice. Like they were trying to push me because they thought it was like what I wanted, but really it's like I didn't really know what I wanted. I knew that I didn't want it, but I was like too scared to tell anyone that like I didn't really want, because I didn't really know. I was a kid, I didn't know. And I thought I was going to get in trouble. So I always was just so scared of getting in trouble. I feel like I was always in trouble. And so it's like if I quit swimming, I can't imagine the trouble I would get in then, you know? So like I just had strict parents. Like my parents are so not strict now. They're the coolest, but you know, when you're little, it's weird. People grow and people change. They're different people than what they were when I was a kid. But times were also different back then. But yeah, so like there was no gentle parenting back in my day. Maybe there was, but like that was not what I was surrounded with. So I finally took the 6 months off, and then I was like so happy to just hang out with my friends and stuff. And then when it was time to come back into swim, I was so out of shape and so behind that I just felt so defeated, you know. And like anytime there was races, I was like, I wasn't getting my best time ever, so there was just no motivation left in me to do it. So then finally when I was in high school, I just like quit. Yeah, what was the whole point of that story? Oh yeah, okay, so the whole point of that is like, since I like my whole life I always had to like push myself to do physical activity, like wake up at 5:30 in the morning, just so fucking miserable, 5:30 in the morning in the wintertime, to jump in a freezing cold pool that was outdoors, like just fucking miserable working out that much all day, every day, especially when you don't even fucking like the sport you're playing. And so now, like, as I'm older, I'm like, oh God, physical activity. Like, no, like, all through my 20s, high school, like, the rest of my high school career, and then through my 20s, I was like, you got me fucked up if you think I'm ever gonna do any kind of physical activity ever again. Like, I've always been, like, an athletic girl, too. Like, when I was younger, before I put all my energy into swim, like, I was good at, like, volleyball. I was good at basketball. Like, I would play school sports and stuff like that. But yeah, I was always an athlete. So now that I'm in my 30s and, like, I've kind of healed from the fucking trauma of being a swimmer, I'm like, oh, okay, like, I guess like, I always, like, correlated physical activity with, like, just fucking torture. And so now, like, this is the first time in my life that I'm very, like, taking the gym seriously. And I've got to say, like, it's a highlight of my day now, like, going to the gym. And it's just so funny how I was, like, always so, like, I never wanted to work out because I thought it was going to be the same feeling as, like, going to swim practice, you know, and just, like, the terror, the misery, the feeling after I would go to swim practice, I was just drained. Like, I wasn't ever like, oh, I feel so energized and good. Like, you know how people are like, no, after you work out, like, you feel so energized and so good and blah blah blah, like, it's like a cup of coffee to the brain, mind, body, and soul. Like, and I was like, really? Because, like, anytime after swim practice, I'd be fucking tired and miserable. Well, now I totally get it, because, yeah, now that I have my own free will, it's a choice. It's not forced upon me. I really do enjoy it. So, and it does help me a lot. I mostly just work out now for, like, the mental aspects of it. Like, I do love the way I feel after the gym too. Like, it definitely, yeah, I just love everything about it. I just love it. I just got Lux coffee. I just get a black drip. Thing about me with coffee, I always drink black. When I go to Lux, I love their whipped cream, so I get a dollop of their whipped cream, homemade whipped cream in it. And then, yeah, I'm a monster that loves to drink black coffee. I just think that I have good taste. And people who drink cream in their coffee, I can't sink down to that level, you know? Like, sometimes you just have to have standards, and black coffee, drinking coffee black is just a standard for me. Just like drinking unsweetened iced tea. I don't know, it just makes me feel superior to people, and makes me feel good about myself, makes me feel like a little European, a little cooler than the average American, you know? I was gonna say I don't judge people who put cream. No, I do. I judge people off their coffee orders. I do. So, doesn't mean I don't like a fruity fun drink once in a while, like a pumpkin spice latte, but for the everyday, it's gonna be black. It's gonna be black. Then I went to Pan Bianco and got a baguette. Best bread in the world. I'm not gonna eat a piece right now. I don't need it. I just vacuumed my car. I don't need to get it dirty like that. I'm so excited to try it out. I'm gonna eat that whole loaf today. Just watch.